Okay. Welcome back to Man Cave Arcade. We are playing. We just had some food. We had a good little.
Wait, what? He touched Hayner and he just went through him.
What? Oh, this. Oh no! It's happening again. Just like in the first game.
And he's not in the picture.
He never existed.
What is this?
You weren't supposed to exist, Roxas.
All right.
Note,
no music. There's no music
no,
now.
oh,
it's
no.
like silent.
Oh.
You can't interact with anyone. It's just dead silence.
Before like Sora appears in the pictures and like
No.
Oh,
Because
they were
that would
like,
be super hokey.
Because they were like soon everyone will remember Sora as an old friend who went away for a year.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, here we are. Fight time. It's our boy Axel.
Yay!
Look at what it's come to. I've been given these icky orders to destroy
Icky
you
orders.
if you refuse to come back with me.
We're best friends, right?
Sure, but I'm not getting turned into a dusk for... Wait a sec. You remember now?
Yeah.
Great! But, you know, gotta make sure and all, so, what's our boss's name?
Oh no.
Oh, can't believe this.
Poor Axel, man.
He wants his friend back.
Yeah. By the way, Ari's holding a piece of paper of
Yeah.
things he thought of to talk about.
Yeah.
But if you hear any weird like paper sounds coming into the mic, because it will come into the mic, that's Arya's piece of note paper jumping up on his leg as he's excited about thinking about talking about it.
Every time those nobodies appear from behind, you just see their butt and it's like hee hee. They've still got butts despite being like wiggly jiggly
Oh,
monsters.
here's a new monster.
Whoa!
So you
Oh,
can't hit him when he's in the ground.
It's a
like that.
land shark.
No, he's an assassin. But like all nobodies, they're like
Oh, he's
their
like a
form isn't strict.
transformer.
He has like blades on his
Beating
arms.
him up. Ugh. Cutscene time.
Yeah. that's what the game at this point is.
Yeah.
Just cutscene time. Oh?
I'm not gonna kill. Oh, he's frozen.
Yeah.
Roxas, to the mansion.
And now he's hearing voices in his head.
The time has come.
Hayner! Pence! Olette!
Sorry, buddy, didn't work that time.
Oh. Well,
Examine. Time is completely halted.
wow.
There's something really, like, spooky
Yeah.
about, like, I don't know.
Especially there's no
He's-
sound.
Yeah. And you can still hear footsteps.
Okay.
After the atmosphere had been so strong, now it's just, like, hollow.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa.
Hollow.
The Roxas that I know.
Oh wait,
Like a
that's
nobody.
different-
That's
a
a different light
thing.
and dark
But
themed.
they have
Yeah.
long black jackets, so I kind of just got confused. You know? An anime hair.
I like squinted and I was like, wait, is this Bleach?
Yeah. Oh god. If I were in Dusk Town, I'd get pretty fed up after a while, cause like, sorry, Twilight Town.
Yeah.
I'd get pretty fed up after a while, cause like the dusk is cool and all, but like sometimes nighttime is pretty cool and morning's pretty cool as well, and like
Yeah.
the midday is pretty cool, you know. We
Yeah.
didn't have those changes in day. If it always looked the same, I think I'd lose my mind a little bit.
Maybe this world is like near one of the poles or on one of the poles of whatever this planet is.
Right.
So like it's really long day and long night and transitions between.
I'd like to think that they're not on like a planet or anything like
Yeah,
that.
it isn't like that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying if we had to explain it
Yeah.
scientifically, like in the Arctic, you've got like days and nights that last 6 months, and just imagine how long like the twilight would be.
Yeah.
Man, I've got 2 new abilities and I can't equip them without unequipping the one I already have.
Oh.
should have gotten that more of that money. Nope, never. Oh, actually, no, I have an ability ring. I didn't know that. Yay.
Yeah, so you get more
So I
ability
can,
now.
yeah, now I can equip one of
Can equip. More slots to equip.
them. Guard will be more useful. So now look, I can do this. I can guard at will, as opposed to
Oh,
having-
nice. Very nice.
which has less wind up time than an attack. So it's
I
better.
can't read my paper because it's shaking so much. But
You just must love this game, man. You're just so excited that your leg is twitching all over the place.
Okay. Right. So while we still have time, in a cutscene like ages ago in the last episode, they were sitting at a table, and like, oh yeah, you weren't supposed to exist, and like, I think it's well done because this is the point in the game where Roxas starts to realize that like
Everything he knows is wrong.
Yeah, his entire existence was never real, and like it's all just made up.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, right? Because you start off in this, that kind of like works in with the player in the game, because you start off in this hub world, right? And you're like, I've got a world to explore and people to fight. But then it's like,
And interact.
I just go through this world. You actually realize how small this world actually is,
You're right. Yeah.
and then how many times you've been through the same areas.
Yeah. Even like they don't let you go to the beach.
Yeah.
They don't like all these. They talk about all these places that you might go to.
Yeah.
And you can't go to them.
Yeah.
Even like the mansion.
Plus the fact that
We're about to enter the mansion,
Yeah.
but it'll be the first time we've ever actually been there.
Yeah. Plus the fact that it looks like a town, but for the most part, it's kind of just a straight path. I mean, there are alternate paths and stuff, but like it's very narrow, and you can't like go anywhere really.
And it's interesting that you say that point design wise, because when you come back as Sora to Twilight Town, you have so much more freedom. Like there's areas that are unlocked that weren't available before. Like you can go into like there's this like tram system that goes underground you can visit and like be in like the subways. It's really cool.
Yeah. And I think that also ties in with the whole point, the whole idea that it's always the same time in this world.
Yeah.
It's always twilight or whatever, so because this is just this one little, not just this one point in space, but one point in time.
Wow.
That people are just living over and over again.
Cool.
You go to bed and it's dusk, and you wake up and it's dusk, and you walk around and play with your friends and it's always dusk,
Yeah.
and everything always looks the same. Wow.
Whoa. This game's deep, man.
Yeah, this game is so...
You see why there's like so many fans who are just incredibly loyal to this game, because
Yeah.
there's so much to it.
There is so much to it.
There's so much below the surface.
Every facet of the story ties in with like the way it's presented and the way the game plays. It's
Yeah.
so insane.
And like as I became more interested in game design, and this game has a few flaws that drag it down like pretty heavily, as in like the balance between cutscenes and gameplay and stuff like that. But I think I have to understand like the game. One of the game's main goals is to tell this story.
Yeah.
Not just to be a game, and I think it's hard to do that without getting bored. Like,
Yeah.
so, but I think that's like the length of the tutorial, and the thing is, this is still quote unquote the tutorial, but it's not. Like, it's not telling you how to do things anymore. The story in the game is sort of in swing.
Yeah.
Ow, ow, ow.
And that's another thing about like fantasy in general. I feel like a lot of long fantasy book series and stuff like that can be boring to a lot of people, but there are people who read it and enjoy it and like will read through the slow parts and the fast parts. And I guess that's kind of, I mean, with this game, it's a game with like all the kids stuff in it, so like, I mean, even now, not that much like Disney stuff has actually been through. We've not actually experienced that. Like there was a lot of that in the first game, but so far we haven't seen very. It's all been like original lore.
Yeah.
But like, I guess
Call me and then lock me
people. I think you just said like it's a bit slow to start and all that. I guess the point is like with these kinds of games and like long fantasy genres and stuff, There's like a certain kind of audience who will like play or read through all of that, and a certain kind who won't. And for the people who won't, this just isn't for them. You know,
That sword.
You
and
should-
that stance.
oh, it's Gunsword Man.
It's Riku.
Oh, god damn it. It's not Gunsword Man, but and you just leave that there. Also, new area.
Yeah.
But, and new enemies too.
Yep. Well, actually, these guys appeared when we fought Twilight Thorn.
All right. Okay.
Twilight Thorn spawned them, but like, yeah, this is the first time they've actually.
Hey, they turn
on their
into
own.
sword.
They turn into all kinds of things. See, that one
Weapons.
turned into a spear.
Ah, right. Okay.
They have like all kinds of attacks based on changing shape.
Yeah.
Which seems to be a theme with nobodies, is like this like flowing, fluid,
Yeah.
sort of golem-like. I think that's actually the inspiration probably, because golems are said to be able to like squeeze through tiny spaces and like they're like perfect assassins,
Right.
because they don't like their entry and exit can be like a crack in the wall. Like
So yeah, that's a cool concept.
it's a good concept.
No, I mean like I'm gonna expand on it.
Okay.
These like their fluidity and their transformation into different things and stuff. These aren't like goons who have been hired to do a job. These are like creatures who have been like created for
They're like embodiments of
like
evil.
their
like-
their embodiment. What they do is what they are. They are
Well, the interesting thing is there's two types of enemies in this game. There's nobodies and heartless.
right.
And they're connected. But nobodies are very like almost graceful. They're like fluid and
Yeah.
like they're fluid, they're graceful, and there's almost like a patience, a practice to the way they move, you know?
Yeah.
It's almost like dancer-like. And there are some nobodies which very much do look like dancers. Like, there's one nobody called Dancer. But Heartless, on the other hand, are like feral and like twitchy. And
Right.
like, when we get to look at like the way that Heartless move, Heartless are like, they like twitch and they like, they're never in one place. And all their movements are very like janky and rigid, whereas like animal-like, whereas the nobodies are very like graceful, and they contrast each other, and they're two halves. We'll learn the connection between them later, but it's interesting that we bring that up. Like while the movements of nobodies are very, very fluid, the movements of Heartless are not, very twitchy and insect-like almost.
Yeah.
Quick, sudden movements. On to the next topic. Oh man.
Okay.
Next time on Man Cave Arcade,
Yeah.
now that the game has a flow that we can control,
Oh, is it gonna be less cutscenes from now on?
a little bit longer of resolving this like arc of plotline
Okay.
with Roxas, and then after that it'll be a lot less. Actually, no. Then they need to introduce Sora more, and then there will be a few cutscenes for that, around that. But yeah, a lot less.
Okay.
Actually, no. What am I talking about with the thing with Sora? There's far fewer cutscenes once we start playing as Sora.
Nice.
All right, next time.
Next time.